Students, today we'll discuss about the excretory products and their elimination, chapter 19. So animals, by their metabolic activities, they are producing uh, very waste product just like the ammonia, urea, uric acid, carbon dioxide, water, and ions like sodium plus, potassium plus, chloride minus, phosphate, sulfate, etc. So they are animals are accumulating in their body, which are actually toxic in nature, that has to be removed. So these substances have to be removed totally or partially. So that process, the process by which the waste products are removed or elimination of these substances with special emphasis on common nitrogenous waste, that is actually called the excretion. Means removal of waste product from the body of the living organism is called the excretion, and that process we'll discuss in this chapter. Ammonia, urea, uric acid are the major forms of nitrogenous waste excreted by the animals. Ammonia is most toxic form and requires large amount of water. That is main important line here. Ammonia is the most toxic form and requires large amount of water for its elimination, and whereas uric acid, being the least toxic, can be removed with a minimum loss of water. So now we are coming for the ammonotelic and ureotelic and uricotelic. Three types are there. We can say the process is ammonotelism. The process of excreting ammonia is called ammonotelism. Who are responsible for that, who are actually going through that process, that is bony fishes, aquatic amphibians, aquatic insects, etc., are ammonotelic in nature. So ammonia is most toxic in nature. They requires large amount of water to remove from their body. That's why they are actually the process in aquatic organism, just like aquatic amphibians, bony fishes, aquatic insects. You can see those who are aquatic, they are going for the process, that is ammonotelism. These organisms are called ammonotelic. Ammonia is readily soluble, generally excreted by diffusion process by body surface or through gill surfaces as ammonium ions. Kidneys do not play any significant role in this removal. And now this is for the aquatic one. For terrestrial adaptation, the production of lesser toxic nitrogenous waste like urea and uric acid, both are conditions are applicable here. For the conservation of water, mammals, many terrestrial amphibians, marine fishes mainly excrete urea and are called ureotelic animals. Ammonia produced by metabolism is converted into urea in the liver of these animals and released into blood, which is filtered and excreted by the kidney. So here kidney is working for the terrestrial one, and the ammonia is converted into urea, and that urea is actually excreted through kidney. Okay, some amount of urea may be retained in the kidney matrix of some of these animals to maintain the desired osmolarity. So they are those who are actually terrestrial, just like the mammals and terrestrial amphibians, marine fishes, they are actually excreting the urea that is less toxic from the ammonia. And then one more condition is there, that is some amount of, that is reptiles, birds and snails. Reptiles, birds and snails and insects excrete the nitrogenous waste as uric acid in the form of pellet or paste with a minimum loss of water. So maximum loss of water in case of ammonotelic. Ureotelic is the moderate one. They are actually ureotelic and uricotelic. They are actually for the terrestrial one, and uricotelic actually minimum loss of water they need. That's why the least removal of water is there. And aquatic is actually organism, they are mainly adopting the ammonotelic one, and the terrestrial one, they are ureotelic and uricotelic. So ammonia is converted into urea, and then kidney is working for that. Okay, so some reptiles, birds, they are responsible, they are actually going through the uricotelism, or they are called the uricotelic animals. Land snails, etc. Mammals are actually ureotelic in nature, many amphibians and the terrestrial amphibians, of course, land living and marine fishes. Okay, and mostly aquatics are ammonotelic in nature. Next one we are coming, there are different type of excretory structures are there. These are actually excretory process, and these are excretory structure. Just like simple tubular structure in the vertebrate, complex tubular organs called the kidneys. Some of these structures are mentioned here, just a protonephridia or flame cells are the excretory structure in platyhelminthes. This is flatworm planaria. rotifers, some annelids, and the cephalochordate, that is Amphioxus, protonephridia, are primarily concerned with ionic and fluid volume regulation. That is called osmoregulation. Fluid regulation को हम क्या बोलते हैं? Osmoregulation. Next one is the nephridia. So protonephridia or phlegm cells, the nephridia are the tubular excretory structure of earthworm and other annelids. Nephridia help to remove the nitrogenous waste and maintain a fluid and ionic balance. Malpighian tubules are the excretory structure for most of the insect. So third one is the Malpighian tubules, that is for the insect one, and including the cockroaches. Malpighian tubules help in the removal of nitrogenous waste and osmoregulation. Antenna gland or green glands perform the excretory function in crustacean like the prawns. So different organs are there, just like the prawns के लिए green glands है, cockroaches के लिए Malpighian tubules है, और nephridia है annelids के लिए, and protonephridia और the phlegm cells है platyhelminthes के लिए. Okay, these are the organ, excretory organ you can say. Now we are coming for the human excretory system. Okay, that already it is known to us, but one more time again it is a little bit in details we have to learn now. So excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys. These are called pair of kidneys. And next one is coming urinary bladder, urethra, pair of ureters. This is actually called the ureters. You know, one ureter here, one ureter here. This is called urinary bladder, one urinary bladder, and one outlet, that is called the urethra. Okay, so kidneys are reddish brown bean-shaped structure, and they are situated between the, we can say, the levels of last thoracic and third lumbar vertebra, close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. Dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. Each kidney of an adult human measures 10 to 12 centimeter in length and 5 to 7 centimeter width and 2 to 3 centimeter thickness. An average weight of 120 to 170 gram. Okay. Next one we are coming for that ki at the inner side, towards the center of the inner concave surface, this is called concave one, and this one is called convex surface. Okay, this one is concave one. In the concave, you can see this one is the concave one and this one is convex one. So in the inner concave center of the inner concave surface, kidney is a notch. This notch is called actually hilum. This is the called notch, that is called the hilum. And through this hilum, ureter, blood vessels, nerve, all are entering here. These blood vessels are there, renal artery and renal vein, as well as the ureters are also coming out. This notch is not called actually hilum. Okay, and now we are coming to the inner to the hilum. This is hilum. Hilum ki inner mein kaun hai? Inner to the hilum, there is a broad funnel shaped space. This space is called the pelvis. You can see that one. Leveling is also given to us. This is called pelvis. This one is called here. This one, this notch is called actually the hilum. And inside the hilum, inner side of the hilum, one we can say the broad funnel shaped structures or projection is there. That is called pelvis, with projection called the calyces. ये जो छोटे छोटे जो आपको पिरामिड की शेप दिख रहे, ये पिरामिड की शेप है ना दिख रहे, तो that is the ending at the calyces. That is called the calyces. Yeah. The outer layer of the kidney is tough capsule. Inside the kidney there are two zones. The outer cortex, outer portion को cortex बोलते हैं, ये देखो cortex portion, and inner medulla. And the medulla is divided into few conical masses, that is called, this is called conical masses, that is called medullary pyramid. This is called medullary pyramid, with projecting into जहाँ पे lead कर रहे कहाँ पे ना calyces में. So this is the kidney structure, and the cortex extend between, you can see that one. Next page I will show you. So you can see here very bright structure is given to us. Look at here. These are medullary pyramid. These are medullary pyramid, and these are called calyx. ये जो end portion of the medullary pyramid, that is called actually calyx. This one is called pelvis, and this one is called hilum. है ना, this notch like structure जहाँ पे renal vein है, renal artery है, ureter भी है, nerves भी है, all are entering and exiting. This notch like portion is called actually the hilum. Inside the hilum, this is called pelvis, and pelvis actually they are actually heading which one? They are the calyces. These are called the calyces, which is the actually medullary pyramid के जो top portion or tip portion, that is called the calyces. Yeah. Next one we are coming for the this is called cortex portion and this one is called medulla portion. Okay, and the cortex portion which are running between the medullary pyramid, ये portion, ये cortex की portion जो medullary pyramid के बीचों बीच रहता है उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, renal column और column of Bartini. देखो renal column बोल के रखा है इधर, this is called renal column or column of Bartini. Each kidney has nearly 1 million complex tubular structure that is called nephron, which are the functional unit, and this is the nephron structure. You can see the nephron consists of two parts, है ना, two parts. The glomerulus, this one is called glomerulus, and next one is coming about the renal tubule. So glomerulus is, this one is glomerulus. You can see that one little bit ash color, and the yellow color is actually the renal tubule. Okay, so now it is coming the glomerulus. Actually it is a tub of capillaries, or you can say the network of capillaries formed by a afferent arteriole. You can see that one, this one is called afferent arteriole. This is the branch of artery. Okay, a fine branch of renal artery. जो renal artery यहाँ पे enter हो रहा है ना, this is the renal artery, red color. After entering, they are branching and they are formed the afferent arteriole, and through the afferent arteriole is actually coming and making a tuft of capillaries there, that is called the glomerulus. And the blood from the glomerulus is carried out by which one? Efferent arteriole. This is called efferent arteriole. Now the renal tubule. So this is called the glomerulus. Now we are coming to the renal tubule. Renal tubule consists of which one? A Bowman's capsule, cup-shaped structure, that is called the Bowman's capsule, which encloses the glomerulus, and the Bowman capsule and glomerulus together it is called Malpighian body. ओके, Malpighian बॉडी और रेनल कैप कॉर्पासस, Malpighian कॉर्पासस भी बोल सकते हैं, Malpighian बॉडी भी बोल सकते हैं. द ट्यूबुलर कंटेंट फर्दर टू फॉर्म हाईली कॉइल्ड नेटवर्क. सो आफ्टर Bowman capsule, this highly coiled network is actually called the proximal convoluted tubule. Then it is coming the hairpin like, this is called hairpin like structure, that is called the Henle's loop, and the distant portion is called distal convoluted tubule, which is actually entering where in the straight. So many distal convoluted tubule is coming and pouring their content here in the collecting duct. This is called the collecting duct. Okay. So now many of which the collecting duct are converge and actually pour their secretion into renal pelvis. ये जो renal pelvis are, they are this collecting duct are entering there and they are pouring their secretion. Okay, next one we are coming the Malpighian corpuscles and the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, and DCT and the nephron are situated. This Bowman capsule, then PCT and DCT. These are situated in cortex portion of the we can say the kidney, and the Henle's loop, that is hairpin like structure. The here also one is descending, means which is coming down, another is ascending limb, that is coming up. And so this is descending limb of which one? Descending limb of we can say the Henle's loop, and this is the ascending limb of the Henle's loop. They are actually present in this medulla portion. Okay, so Bowman's capsule and the PCT and DCT, they are coming, they are situated in the cortex region of the nephron, whereas the Henle's loop are present inside the medulla there. Okay, into the medulla. In majority of the nephrons, the loop of the Henle is too short, and that is only very little portion is actually present in only very little portion into the medulla. Such nephrons are called the cortical nephron. मीन्स कि मतलब मेजोरिटी ऑफ द नेफ्रॉन में क्या होता है, हेनलीज लूप बहुत ही छोटा होता है और वी कैन से वेरी शॉर्ट होता है एंड एक्सटेंड्स ओनली वेरी लिटिल इनटू द मेडुला. सच नेफ्रॉन्स आर कॉल्ड द cortical nephron, and in some of the nephron the loop of the Henle is very long and runs deep into the medulla. These nephrons are called the juxtamedullary nephrons. So what I am saying कि मोस्ट ऑफ मेजोरिटी ऑफ द नेफ्रॉन्स में एक्चुअली नेफ्रॉन की जो बाउमन्स कैप्सूल पीसीटी एंड डीसीटी दे आर प्रेजेंट इन कॉर्टेक्स रीजन एंड द हेनलीज लूप इज प्रेजेंट इन मेडुला रीजन. ओके, बट सम मोस्ट मेजोरिटी ऑफ द हेनलीज लूप आर वेरी शॉर्ट एज वेल एज दे आर वेरी लिटिल एक्सटेंड इन द मेडुला, दैट इज कॉल्ड एक्चुअली कॉल्ड द कॉर्टिकल. तो मोस्टली दे आर प्रेजेंट इन कॉर्टिकल रीजन, दैट्स व्हाई कॉल्ड कॉर्टिकल रीजन. एंड जिसका हेनलीज लूप थोड़ा लंबा है दे आर एक्सटेंडिंग इन टू द मेडुलरी रीजन एंड दे आर कॉल्ड juxtamedullary nephron. The efferent arteriole जो है that is emerging from the glomerulus and they form a network surrounding this renal tubule, PCT, DCT and all, and unit vessel, that is network parallel, they are actually the vessels, the network of vessels that is running parallel to the Henle's loop forming U shape. देखो यहाँ से ये आ रहे और यहाँ पे one more capillaries are also formed. This is called the vasa recta. This U shaped जो capillaries they are forming surrounding this renal tubule, means surrounding the ascending and descending limb of the Henle's loop, that is called vasa recta. This capillary देखो just Henle's loop के चारों तरफ U shaped capillaries are present there, that is formed by efferent arteriole. They are forming just surrounding the ascending and descending limb of the Henle's loop. That capillaries are called vasa recta. Okay, and vasa recta is absent or highly reduced in the cortical nephron. ये जो vasa recta है cortical nephron मतलब क्या है, उसमें PCT DCT Bowman's capsule तो है, Henle's loop reduce हो जाता है, and that's why in the cortical nephron में ये vasa recta will not be present there. Okay.